What are you doing, Bubba?
You got wrong number. This is Doc Hunky. You got wrong number. Sorry about that. You got the wrong number.
Why do you treat me that way, George?
You got the wrong number. I'm sorry. This is some cum yum, some yum. You got the wrong number.
You've always liked some young boy, haven't you?
Yeah. What do you want?
I wanted to call and check in. It's time for Saturday morning cartoons.
Okay. Well, you can go ahead and watch your own life at the cartoon. All right, gotta go.
Why are you so mean to me, George?
I don't have nothing to say. And you know what that old saying goes, if you have nothing to say good, you don't say anything at all.
But why would you possibly have anything bad to say to me?
I got a lot of bad to say about you because you projected a lot of bad.
I called you and told you they were tracking the van. You didn't believe me.
They were doing what?
I called and told you they were tracking the van. You didn't believe me.
Yeah, well, they're not tracking the van. They whatever. They got it. It's on my phone. And I took care of it. It's on my phone, and I took care of that. What else we got?
Whatever happened with the car insurance and State Farm?
They altered the price. They took care of the difference.
Good.
Okay.
All you had to do was go up there and bitch.
That's correct.
It worked out.
They made an egregious error.
So what is your thought process with Marty? Why has he been so quiet?
I'm not even thinking about that shit stain. Because if that shit stain resurfaces, I know what to spray on it. Until then, if that shit stain resurfaces, I know what to spray. And so hence I'm not thinking nothing of it. Capiche?
George, you got to understand.
I don't have to understand a goddamn thing. The only thing I understand is that I am what's causing all of this. And I will continue to be what's causing all of this through my works, through my show, and through my released book that will be coming out here in about a month or so.
But George, you still haven't released the book yet.
I'm working on it. God, I'm working on it. It's a lot of integral parts of that book.
Do I get a whole chapter dedicated to
Oh
me?
my God! You don't get a whole chapter, but you get a lot of notoriety.
That goddamn motherfucker, Michael Saunders.
A lot of notoriety, a lot of fucking just the God honest truth about you. That's what it is.
What are you gonna do when Marty releases his book first?
I don't give a damn because it doesn't matter when he releases his book. His book's a bunch of horse shit. My book is the truth. His book is a bunch of fucking shit to try to think he's got a bigger one than I've got when I've got the biggest one of them all. My book is going to be probably worth it's going to be 20 chapters. You understand? 20 chapters. It's going to be a big book.
A big book.
A big book.
And what are you going to talk about, George? Are we going?
We'll even have a section in there for scratch and snip.
Does it start at 1307?
It starts pretty much with the men in your mouth. How about that? M&M's melt in your hands, but not in your mouth.
On a warm, cool summer day back in 1975.
No, more like no. Well, I don't need to tell you anything about it. You can buy the book once it comes out.
I told you I'd buy a signed copy.
Yeah. Well, I'll have it signed by Kay Lazar. How about that?
I want it signed by George Yarid.
Okay. Well, you get it signed by Kay Lazar and Kristen.
Chris.
How about that, Chris? The one you're obsessed about.
Oh, I let her go out of ignorance this time.
Oh, is that right?
I'm going to assume she's just too stupid to know when to leave well enough alone.
Is that right? And how is that? How is she too stupid? Explain that.
I thought about sending her a couple pounds of shit.
Yeah. Well, what does that have to do with the trolls?
Well, see, Kristen knows she agitates me when she tells people I do things I don't.
Yeah, well, you admitted to it.
Admitted to what?
You admitted to that was you on the thing making that on that
yes,
statue.
But she doesn't have. That little stripper whore needs to keep her mouth shut, George.
Right, but you admitted to it, though.
She's a teacher and a mom and a worthless bitch that just won't die.
Well,
You ever had some people? There's a lot of talk, George, on Discord about rewards.
I don't care what the talk is about Discord. It's the National fucking Enquirer. And what Discord and the National Enquirer have in common is a bunch of lies and falsehoods. Okay?
Lies and falsehoods?
Yeah, actually I think it has one where you were shaking hands with an alien. Now that's probably true.
I've met aliens.
Yeah, you probably sucked an alien off too.
They're offering information, George. They're offering money for information about you.
Well, guess what? That's desperado. Desperado. Why don't you come to your senses? You've been out laying fences for so very long. Desperado. And that's what it is.
You do like it when I leave you voice messages singing to you.
No, I don't. I find that I let Kristen. I play it for Kristen. She laughs her ass off.
Kristen wants his dick again.
Yeah, she thinks you're pathetic. Yeah. All right, so listen, desperado.
I'm a very
perfect.
man,
what these trolls are. These trolls are desperado.
They're offering $2,000 of a video of you door dashing.
They're desperate, right? They're desperate.
They're offering $2,000, George, for a video of you dashing.
Okay. Well, I think the authorities need to see that.
What are the authorities going to do?
They're going to know. They're going to know when I do something about it. They're going to know why. When I actually do something about it, they're going to know why I did.
They've also started purchasing all the domain names to do with your book. The GorgeousGeorgeShowBook.com, GeorgeYaridBook.com, GeorgeYaridBiography.com.
Well, I've got the domains to the main ones, so I'm not worried about it. I've already thought ahead of it. I bought the domains to every scenario, every main scenario. .org, .us, .net. I even own yaridwars.net. How about that? You can tell that bitch that I own yaridwars.net because it's going to be a war soon.
Yaridwars.net?
I own that. How about that? You can look that up, by the way. No, they got .com. I thought I had .com in a bundle, but they GoDaddy fucked up. That's okay.
They also bought George Yarid, what is causing all of this.com.
Yeah, well, I've got what's causing all this.com and my name, so there you go. I got my name also, so they can't fuck with that either. How about that?
I mean, all I can tell you is what I read, George.
Well, I don't care what you can tell me. They're pathetic.
Well, George, you own a domain name that you can't afford. Like, you won't even put a website up. I've offered to help you.
No, I'm working on. That's one of the projects I'm working on. I'm working on a lot of projects right now. The main thing is the book. We get the book out first, and then we work on everything else.
I need to see the book.
You're not going to see anything about the book. The book is detrimental. The book it doesn't put you in the right light. First of all,
George, I need to see the book. I mean, I
doesn't
don't
put you in the right light. Well, you can pay for the book. Once you pay for the book, once it's already published, then you can masturbate and stroke off to it.
The Gorgeous George Wiki is back up.
I don't know what that is. What is that?
The Gorgeous George Wiki.
I don't know what that is.
It's a link that it's a whole website dedicated to you.
Okay. Well, that's defamation.
It's really bad.
That's defamation.
That's defamation. Yeah, this is defamation right here.
Yeah.
This is defamation. It's really bad. It's got the dog shooting of 1307, adultery, abandonment, Jamie Whalen, the evidence, the cover-up, the denial.
You know what? I'm going to just say to you one more time that I'm not listening to this. Okay? So understand what I say and grasp it. I am not listening to this shit. There is a problem. There is a disconnect. There's a major disconnect, and you don't grasp it. You think that what is said, you're simple-minded. There you go. That's a good word. You're simple-minded. You kind of grasp things because the narrative. You want to bang the narrative that they preach, but the narrative that they preach is inaccurate. It's filled with fallacies. Okay. Their fucking narrative is filled with fallacies and totally inaccurate. Okay, and that is defamation. It's defamation. You understand me? So that's good. This is going to be a big book. It's going to probably take me longer. I want it released by my birthday, but it's not going to. I mean, it won't happen. It's going to take me a little bit longer to get it out because it's going to be 20 chapters. 20 chapters. I might have to cut it down to 16. But it's going to be at least 16 chapters. I'm
listed under Team Gigi. I'm there under Team Gigi is you, Kevin Kravitz, Bo, Vince, Boris the Butler, Kristen, me, Sarah Capelli, and Wendy Case.
Why are they messing with Wendy Case?
I don't know.
But there's also Kristen too.
That's right. Marty plans on running a $500 a day Google AdWord campaign when you release your book to get everyone to read the wiki so your book tanks and never sells.
He's going to do what?
He plans on running this $500 Google Word thing, the campaign, when you release your book so that everybody who reads it will read the wiki first and then you'll never make any money.
Well, I don't understand the logic behind that because what he says in that wiki is inaccurate. It doesn't matter. What is said in that wiki is inaccurate. It is false. You understand? It's false. It's as false as your face is. All right, now I got to go.
You need to pay attention. They've also said that they plan to purchase your book through a shell corporation and scan it and publish it for free so no one buys it.
Say that again?
They plan to buy a copy of your book through a shell corporation and publish it for free on the internet.
They ain't going to publish nothing of my book for free. That's why they ain't publishing nothing from my book for free. So good luck with that. Good luck with that because it'll already be published before it, before it hits Barnes & Noble.
They're going to scan a digital copy and put it on the internet so anybody wants it can just download it instead of buying it.
Well, they can do all they want and all they want, but that's not that will be a loss. Look, I'm walking into a building, and I've got to conduct business, so I got to go. Okay.
George, I don't want them to do this to you. We have to strike first.
All right. I'm in a place where there are a lot of ears, so I got to go. Okay.
I'll call you back this evening.
Hold on. This might be it. Hold on. Okay, hey, is it all here? Okay, thank you. Appreciate it. That was fast. It was all there.
What I'm trying to tell you is they plan to scan your book and just upload it on Google for free.
Good luck with that. Good luck with that.
I mean, I'm telling you what they tell me. Do you know what a shell corporation, George, is just a fake thing. It doesn't have any people actually behind it. It's just all fake names. And it's filed with the Corporation Commission.
I own the domain what'scausingallthis.com. Okay. I own that. I also own the book. It's an autobiography, but it was going to be probably end up published at Page Publishing, and they will own. So good luck. Good luck.
George, I'm just telling you what they're going to do. They're going to scan the book. This is what they're planning. So we need to strike first.
And how do you propose to strike first?
File a lawsuit, George.
Well, that hasn't been done yet.
But they're threatening to do it, George.
Yeah, well, you know how long that's going to take them to do that?
Well, who is Page Publishing?
Don't worry about it. I said too much.
Well, George, I mean, what can I tell you?
I said too much. Is what that's about.
Why have you said too much?
Because I've said too much. You don't need to know that.
Well, what are they going to do?
Don't worry about it.
Well, George, you already said Page Publishing, so what are they doing? I mean, who are they?
They're publishers.
They've agreed to publish the book?
For a fee, they will publish it, and then I'll get the returns.
Page Publishing.
Don't worry about it.
Offer.
Just forget it. Forget I said anything. Forget I said a fucking word.
So how much do you have to pay them?
Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Don't worry. I forget everything. Forget everything I just said.
Why are you angry with me? Because I want to help.
You know, you want to fucking destroy.
Why would I destroy?
Because everything I tell you gets leaked out.
Well, why would it be leaked?
It's leaked out. Every time I say something to you in confidentiality, you leak it out. I'll say to you in confidentiality that you know you're a sodomite, and you'll leak it out. You're a sodomite, and you'll leak it out for the world to know about it. You know, because you have no crime, or you have no shame in your crime.
Well, George, have they confirmed to publish this book, or you give?
Nobody. It's all in my hands. Okay. I got the whole world in my hands. I got the whole world in my hands. Okay? I call the shots.
Is that why the world is so dirty because of your fingernails?
No, because you've been crawling up. You've been up someone's ass. Is what you've been doing. That's why you. You got the fucking my fingernails. Hey, buddy. What? This is coming from who? This is coming from someone that splits his pants and has got fucking.
That happened one time.
Someone that splits his goddamn pants and has fucking dingleberries up his crotch.
That happened one time, George.
Yeah, you got dingleberries up your fucking crotch, man. Give me I hear that shit.
So Page Publishing is going to publish this.
No, they're not. No, they're not. It's going to be it's going to be the big Kabowski. There you go. The big Kabowski is going to publish it.
George, I'm not going to reach out to them. Marty would if he knew, but I'm not going to tell him.
Nah, well, I will get on the phone with them just as soon as I can.
Why do you always got to call? Do you know how Looney Tune you sound when you call people? Hey, I know I sound crazy, but these people are going to call you and tell you I raped a woman. I didn't, okay? Do you have any idea how fucking insane that makes you?
Yeah. It's called protecting your course, protecting your hide, protecting yourself.
long has it been since you had some pussy, George?
It hasn't been that long at all. I had pussy last week.
Last week.
I had pussy last week.
I can't wait to see this cracked out bitch.
You'll never see her.
Why do you keep this whore hidden so fast?
I've got her hidden from you.
What, you act like I'm gonna fuck her or something? Is that what you're afraid of?
I've got her hidden from you because you're never going to see it. Never going to get it. Never going to get it. Gotta get it. You know that song? Never going to get it. Never going to get it. Get it. Never see it.
George, you gotta understand.
I don't need to understand. Only thing I understand is that I am what's causing all this. I am what's causing
You
all this.
are what's causing all this. Have you?
Yeah.
How is that? Did you see any more of that video?
I'm not watching their video.
No, I wonder about the one that you got that was real big.
What video are you talking about? You mean that video with that fucker in Canada?
Yes.
That fucking video, the craptastic thing where he was doing about me?
I think that I would have been honored.
No, I'm not honored.
Of course you're not. It's too good.
I told him what I thought about him. There you go. I called him a fucking troll, and I said that he best do not anymore. He best not run his mouth anymore. I said, you did your damage. Now move along. You do any more, you'll be sued. I told him. I said you're a troll. Move along.
Told him he was a troll.
And to move along.
Why did he get so many views?
Because there are a lot of trolls. There are a lot of fucking malcontents and millennials that fucking don't know any better. Well, they get a lot of views because of me. Obviously, they're using my image and my brand and my likeness, and they're getting views because of me and my likeness and my brand. That's a lawsuit.
50,000 fucking views.
That's a lawsuit right there. Okay.
That's a lawsuit?
Damn right, it's a lawsuit. If I choose to make it a lawsuit, it is.
That's where.
Okay. What else do you want now? Because the sands of the hourglass are getting less.
I bought a Rolex.
Okay. I'll tell you what you can do. You wanna do me a favor?
Sure.
Since you're made of all this money and you got all that, buy a Ric Flair cameo for my birthday.
I thought of that, but they're so expensive.
$500.
Yeah, I thought of that, but
I'll throw in 100. You can pay 400.
Chris Hansen was only 60.
Yeah, I didn't realize that was a cameo until later. I didn't realize the damn thing was a cameo.
Well,
So
of course I'll let you show your ass and act a fool.
I had no idea that was a cameo. Yeah.
When is the next Gorgeous George birthday party?
You'll never know.
I want to come.
Kristen's going to be there, so I don't think that's going to be healthy.
Oh, fuck Kristen. Man, why does that bitch have to ruin everything?
She's going to be there, okay? And so that's not wise.
I mean, what, George, I don't give a shit about that bitch. I'll pepper spray her like the horse she is.
See, and that's why we're having a problem, because you have a tendency to fucking say shit that's inappropriate. You say shit that's inappropriate.
I'd pepper spray the shit out of that bitch.
Well, you know what? And then in turn, you might get pepper sprayed, you know?
Then I'll have to meet force with force and use a lethal weapon.
Yeah, and then that person will use a lethal weapon on you and you chase you on the ground like a little baby.
I don't know, George. I haven't been tased in years.
Well, the weebles wobble and they do fall down.
Well, what is this about a hypno? So when I go to the Gorgeous George wiki, the first thing you see is about George, his lineage, roots, connection to his father. Then you got George Yared Sr., followed by a hypno-rapist. What is that? Is the hypno-rapist?
Okay, all right. You know what? And so that's more shit that needs to be removed. More fucking shit that needs to be removed off of fucking Google.
Then then it goes to the dog shooting of 1307, adultery, abandonment of George, then lack of talent. 1.4 is rape. It says Jamie Wade.
All right, you know what? Look. Why is hey?
Cover up.
See, this is why you don't win friends when you fucking repeat the same shit over and over again.
I'm just trying to figure out what is a hypno rapist deal.
I don't. That's garbage. Okay, and the fact that you keep saying it doesn't make it so. And that shit needs to be removed. Yeah. Where's it off of?
I sent you the link just now. I do good things for you. You just don't ever seem to pay attention.
All right. Well, yeah. So it's off of what? Off of Wiki?
Wiki.
Off of Wiki. Okay. Well, that's why. Okay. That needs to be removed.
It's gorgeousgeorgeshow.net is what it is.
GorgeousGeorgeShow.net has been taken down.
No, it hasn't.
Yes, it has.
No, George, I'm looking at it. I'm reading from it. Henry Mitchell also has obtained your high school records. They plan to release your high school transcript.
My high school transcript?
Yep.
What do you mean my high school transcript?
He's got some of your school, some stuff from your high school.
How is that?
I don't know, George. What do you want me to say?
How is he able to get my transcript?
Freedom of Information Act, I would guess.
To get my transcript?
Yeah. You're a public figure, and it's a public record.
No, I'm not a public figure.
But, George, you wanted that for so long.
I'm not a public figure, so this is more shit that needs to be tackled. Who is this Henry Mitchell guy?
I've told you everything I know about Henry.
Who is Henry Mitchell, and why is he? Okay, but he's being paid, correct?
I'm sure he is.
He's being paid. And what else? What is he? He's not a Hell's Angels, I know that.
George, Henry Mitchell is just another goon that enjoys fucking with you. He's not
a Hell's Angel. Is he related to Michael Mitchell, who is Deuce? That fucker Deuce
in
Alabama?
I know Deuce. He's all right.
No, he's not all right. He has a fucking scampered bitch whore that he has, a scampered bitch whore, and he works in the fucking hospital in Alabama. He's a fucking security guy in Alabama. And he lost one of those jobs because he fucked with Kristen.
Y'all really think that bitch has? For George.
He fucked with Kristen. He lost one of his jobs, and he's now working at another security format. He's a glorified security guard, is what he is, and he's in Alabama. Alabama is where he's from. That fucking doofus bald head cue ball.
George, Henry Mitchell is a paid investor.
I'm not talking about Henry Mitchell. I'm talking about Michael Mitchell, who is Deuce. Deuce. Your buddy Deuces. Yeah? That's what I'm talking about.
But you asked about Henry. Henry's a paid investigator.
I doubt that, seriously.
Why else would he be doing this shit?
I doubt that, seriously.
I do it just to fuck with you because I care about you. You're all right, if you stop being...
Yeah, well, then, if you want to do something right, you fucking would fucking help me unravel this Henry Mitchell shit.
What do you want me to know? I'll ask.
No, you don't need to ask. Well, you don't ask. You just we unravel Henry Mitchell and serve him up to the lion. Serve him up to the fucking lion.
George, the guy literally told you where he lived and dared you to take him to court to fight him.
What do you mean? He told me where? Where's in Norfolk? Norfolk is where in Norfolk? Where in fucking Norfolk is that at? Tell me.
George, I'll find out for you. I can sit here and type things.
Yeah. I just blew past a Mustang trying to race me.
A minivan trying to outrun a.
Well, it did actually. I passed him.
A 5.0.
I don't know what it is, but I passed the bitch. And we're coming up to a stoplight. He's gonna come up here out of the stoplight now. A bitch.
He lives in.
No, I want to know. So who are you talking about, basically?
Henry Mitchell lives in Chesapeake.
Where?
Chesapeake, where all the Navy SEALs are.
In Chesapeake. Okay. And so, what's the address? He lived in Newport News, is what we had as a CPA. CPA is what he was.
George, you gotta stop fucking just going to Google, typing in people's names and thinking you found them. You gotta quit doing that shit.
Yeah. Well, he's not a fucking. He's not a fucking. He's not a fucking Hell's Angels. And when you say you are one, and you tell them that, they come after you full throttle.
George, you believe anything Kristen tells you.
No. Actually, Kristen didn't tell me that. You know who told me that?
Oh.
And I don't know how true it is, but Brian Whalen was the one who told me that. Brian Whalen, when we were talking, told me that he was there in a biker, that he was in a biker uniform with a bunch of other bikers and whatnot. Well, that's a bunch of horse shit because he's not a biker.
George, neither was Ernie, the little bitch you cried on the phone.
He might ride a bike, but he's not a biker. Okay. And Ernie, to say that you are a biker, Ernie is a Hell's Angel.
Ernie cried like a bitch when the goons called him. They begged him to stop calling him 24 hours a day.
That's okay. And you think that's funny, don't you?
I think it's funny because I'm dealing with the reality.
See, Ernie is a Hell's Angels, and if he wanted to, he could eliminate this problem. But unfortunately, he has some health issues.
George, well, think about it. You gotta stop listening to that woman. George, your buddy Ernie pretended to be a Hell's Angel was a little bitch. All he does is empty storage lockers with his retarded brother. He cried like a bitch when the goons called him all day.
First of all, you don't even know who that person is now, do you?
George, all I know is what I understand.
And that's not much, is it?
George, Ernie pretended to be a Hell's Angel.
Well, Ernie is...
I also know that he empties storage lockers with his retarded brother.
Ernie is a Hell's Angel.
He is not.
He is.
He is not.
Yes, he is.
Other than me and Jay Smith, we're the only two military folks in this thing.
You think that you're all that, right? You're not all that.
Always have been. George, he denied knowing who you were.
No, he doesn't know who I am.
Ernie denied knowing who you were, George.
No, he doesn't know who I am.
So why did he deny it?
Of course he's going to deny it.
Why?
He's going to deny it. There's no reason to admit to anything.
Well, he denied knowing you to the goons. He said,
well, he doesn't know me.
He said he didn't want anything to do with anyone.
He doesn't know me. But I know someone that knows him. and someone that knows that he is a Hell's Angel, and your buddy Mitchell, Henry Mitchell's not.
Well, but Henry takes pictures with his face like I do.
Henry Mitchell is not a Hell's Angel. Yeah, he does that, doesn't he? Unlike Martin.
He takes pictures with his face just like I do.
Yeah, well.
All of my videos have my face in them. Why is that?
Yeah, well, someone knows him and doesn't think too highly of him. So he best cease with that because his ass might be in the Cuscal.
George, you get how embarrassing it is to have to get someone else to fight your battles for you?
It's embarrassing. It's called friends. And people that are friends and people that know people, he's got a track record. Obviously, he has a track record for fucking with other people. So when other people get fucked with and it comes time for, retribution, others help others to put an end to that fucking fuckery. You understand what I'm saying there, Sherlock?
No.
So he's known by a few people. He's going to be in the Cuscal if he keeps the shit up.
But George, it's embarrassing to have that little girl fight your battles, and she's as retarded.
It has nothing to do with Kristen there, Sherlock. Nothing, not a damn thing to do with Kristen on that one, though she has told him off. She has told him off. That's beside the point as well as she should. That guy keeps emailing and emailing nonstop. But, there's ways of finding out truly who he is. Finding out ways of truly who he fucking is through other devices and other methods. True and proven. Other ways of unwrapping the mask off the bitch.
But George, it makes you look like you're so weak and pathetic that you can't do anything yourself, so you beg women to defend you. Like, come on, man.
Am I weak? I'm not weak. I've challenged the bitch on 4 different occasions, and he pussed out. He's taking pictures of me at the cemetery. I said, if you're here, come up to me, bitch. He took a picture of me at the cemetery visiting my father. I said, if you're here, rather than snapping pictures, come up to me and approach me, bitch, and let's see how long you'll be standing. He pussed out, and he was a bitch, and he didn't do as such. That says it all right there.
Well, George, it's more fun to have you be so angry.
Yeah. Well, you know what's more fun? It's for him to have the gonads to approach me, George, and then I knock his goddamn teeth in his mouth.
George,
for him to come up to me and approach me, and I knock his goddamn teeth down his fucking mouth.
George,
that would be hilarious.
George,
that would be a Kodak. That would be a fucking Kodak moment right there.
George, I remember that day. You're lying. You called the police.
I called the police. I called the police after the fact.
You called the police like a coward, George.
Is that right? I called them because I wanted there to be witnesses.
You wanted
I wanted there to be witnesses to the shit, and I wanted him handcuffed. I wanted the bitch handcuffed. All right, look, this conversation is done. Don't call my number again, okay? Do not call my number again. You're not going to call again because I'm going to disconnect the phone line.
George, if you do that, it'll start again.
It's not going to start again. I'm disconnecting the phone line, and you will not be able to call me.
That's dangerous.
You understand? You understand me?
George, you called the cops like a bitch.
You know what? I don't give a goddamn what your narrative is. I know the narrative. I don't know. You are a fucking imbecile. You are an imbecile, and you don't. And the narrative is not changing. We're not changing the narrative. It's one narrative, and it's my narrative. Okay?
George, you called the police. You offered to fight someone and called the cops because you
I wanted witnesses, and I wanted the bitch in handcuffs after the fact. How about
George,
that?
You were afraid to go get your ass kicked by an old man.
That man would not kick my ass. I would fucking feed him his fucking face down his throat.
George.
I would fucking feed him his face down his throat.
George,
Don't call. Hey! Don't call this number again. Okay?
George, you've never been in a real fight.
You know what?
In your whole life, you've never been in a fight.
Yeah, that's what you say.
George, you've never been in a real fight.
I have been in several fights. I have been in several fights, and I've defended I defended what I needed to defend. Okay?
You always turn up
I'm
with a weapon.
disconnecting the number!
You always turn up with a
I'm
weapon or call the
disconnecting
police.
the number!
And
So you'll never be able to call me. How about that?
George Henry knows where you are.
Where am I?
You'd have to ask him.
Yeah? Well, I wish he would come out and approach me like a man. Like I told the bitch. I said, you know where I'm at? You got a problem with me? Approach me like a man, and I'll take care of the situation. Not we, but I will take care of the situation. Look, I'm not playing your little game because I know that you are still talking to them.
George,
a blind man, you're still talking to them because obviously it shows.
George,
You're talking, and you're talking, and you're talking to them. Okay?
You walk
and the only reason why you knew where I was the other day because you heard the GPS say Bethlehem.
You know that's not true, George.
Say Bethlehem.
You know that's not true.
That is very true. You heard it say Bethlehem Road.
George, every time you call the police, George, you rely on the police and other authority figures to sort things out for you.
All right, listen very carefully. I'm not going to have to worry about any of that because I'm disconnecting this phone line. Okay?
It's true. My son could kick your ass.
Oh, my fucking God. Are you that delusional?
George, when you were in school, you used to tell on other kids, didn't you?
Are you delusional?
You did, didn't you? When you were in school, you were a tattletale.
You know what, man?
You were,
I can take care of myself any day of the fucking week. I can handle myself and take care of myself any day of the fucking week. I'm going to make a wager with you. You're never going to be able to get a hold of me and get on this phone. That's the wager.
George?
You're never going to be able to get a hold of me on this phone. That's the wager I'm going to make right now.
George, even if you change the number, you know I'll have it again in a few weeks.
You will not have it again in a few weeks.
I will, like always.
No, you won't.
No, you won't. Get it.
No, you will not have it again in a few weeks because I've got a remedy for that.
How do you go remedy that?
Well, because I'm not going to totally get rid of this phone number. But I'm not going to answer this phone number. So you figure it out.
You know the police laugh at you, right?
You know what?
I mean, last time you were standing there with those diabetes socks on, walking around with a...
Well, hey, this is coming from a roly-poly person that weighs 275